recovering addict, and I have not used heroin since 2017.
Hallelujah.
On the way here, I just want to give this quick testimony. I'm not a good public speaker, but I will say this. I don't know why I really came. I really don't until it just hit me, and it happened. I was offered to come with Chris, who was also in recovery and a great guy, and we were on our way here. In the back of the car, he had asked me, did I know that this was going to be a Catholic service? And I had told him that I had tried to be Catholic once in my life at the Mary Magdalene Church up here, which my grandparents were very fully committed, so committed that they were brother and sister, never married, never had children, and adopted my mom when she was in her teenage years. And anyway, the story goes as this. In 2017, the last day that I used intravenously was I had just woke up in Grant Hospital. All my clothes had been burned, and I was in plastic scrubs, and I had no money or nowhere to go or no one to cry to. And I was freezing. It was so cold. I'll never forget that. And it was like 10 below, okay? And I walked from Grant Hospital up, and I went right by on Broad Street where St. Joseph Hospital is. And I went to the door, and I was beating on the door. I was like about to scream for help. I was about to say, hey, I'm freezing. The hospital won't do nothing for me. I need help. And the service was over. And as everybody was leaving, I walked by, and I saw this very tall man standing there, okay? Now hear me, this is very powerful and this is real. I give my honest to God word, and I don't know how to ask for help. And then, I never was the kind of junkie that stood with a street sign or did anything like that. Nothing against anybody that did. But my thing was I was into a lot of older people that were wealthy that wanted sexual favors, things like that matter. So I never asked or panhandled before, done anything like that. And I was sick, and I was coming up, and I saw him standing there, and I remember his name. And I went up to him and I said, sir, please, I'm freezing cold. And I told him a white lie. I did. I said, I got children up here that have nothing, and I was really, and I felt like God had totally turned his back on me. And I remember he was so tall, and I went up to him, and he had these really big hands. I remember that. And he kind of wanted to put his coat. He's like, God, are you cold? Are you okay? And his buddy came out. And long story short, he gave me a bunch of money, and he brought me up here, and I was so touched by it that I really did do what I say, what I told him I was going to do. I went to the dollar store, got a whole new outfit, didn't go get any heroin that day, and I went down to a hotel, okay, and I fought the disease, and I ain't touched heroin since. And he happens to be standing here right now. I haven't seen him in years, okay. On the way here, Brian asked me, why are you really coming? I mean, like, tell me for real, why are you want to get some to eat? And I told him, no, I don't know yet. And then in my mind, and I should have shouted it out loud. I thought to myself, I pictured myself seeing him and thinking to myself and thanking him, and I had a vision of all this happening. Wow. So I've never had to happen before, okay? That's never happened in my whole life, and I'm so grateful to Jesus, and I'm so grateful to God, okay? Because if he remembers, I was 140 pounds, wet, soaking wet, and now I'm 260, and I bodybuild, and I don't do anything like that, and I've totally given my life to God. So,
bring him over here. Bring him the man over.
Come on, man. Come on. This is the guy right here. This is my really tall hero. Come on.
I want to give kudos to Nick Anetta, though, because Nick Anetta was with me, and I think he gave you some money as well.
Yeah, you both did, and it totally,
So just to clarify, you didn't know he was going to be here?
No, I did not.
And
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I tell you, I haven't seen, it was in my mind, like, what if, because that's the first person that really came out of anywhere, man, and he told me, and he knew that something was going on the lines of addiction, but he didn't care. He just got me all the money in his wallet, and he said, here, I don't care what's going on, let's get you out here, let's get you some help, let's get you.
Thank you, Jesus.
He put his heart out there for me, and right as he let me out, and I was going to go do what the devil was telling me to do, was go right there on the corner of Palmetto and right where West High School is, where I went to high school personally, and go score heroin. I actually went left to the CVS right there on the corner of Hague and Sullivan, when it used to be a dollar store. I don't know if it still is. I haven't been here in a long time. And totally bought an outfit, got a bus down, went in there, didn't have an ID, got a hotel room, and ever since then, my journey of recovery has, I ain't done anything intravenous since then. So that is my testimony. Thank you, guys.